watchers, I welcome another review tonight to get a bit comfortable here. Been watching. Alright, okay, right. Tonight I've been watching a film. I've just finished watching this film. It's a 1980s horror film called Rats Night of the Terror. Been watching this tonight. Really enjoyed this movie. It's a fun movie actually. Especially the ending part is a bit of a twist, and I'm sitting there, oh, groovy, queaser. So anyway, so it's directed by Bruno Mattei, how you pronounce his name. It's a 1984 post-apocalyptic horror film directed by a biker gang, of course, biker gang, who find themselves trapped in an abandoned research lab fighting for their lives against herders of bloodthirsty killer rats. Set 225 years after the nuclear holocaust in 2050, in the modern day, the survivors are divided between those who live in the comfortable underground cities and the primitives who live in the sunlight. A group of 11 of these people come across a mysterious abandoned village. Despite the presence of numerous horribly mutated corpses, the adventurers start to settle in town after discovering a large amount of food, a greenhouse with various fruit trees, reservoir of drinking water. The following night, hundreds of hungry, genetically mutated rats are ready to attack them one by one. Of course, this film, I really enjoyed this movie. I've never seen this film before. I've had it on Blu-ray for quite a while now. So no, these biker gang, they end up at this facility, and they find dead bodies there. Of course, these and to be honest, there's always a warning sign when you find a dead body with rats and stuff like that. And someone's been killing these. Something's been killing these people, and of course you know what it is. The answer's on the cover there. So the film has a crazy ass twist, and I was kind of like, oh, that's interesting. Really interesting movie. I really enjoyed it. It has some quite creepy ass moments in it. For a 1984 movie, it does have some creepy ass. I mean, it's not like one of the greatest horror films I've ever seen, but it's one of those movies that I genuinely enjoyed. I like the cover too. Of course, they actually use real rats in this. So you go, oh, of course, now they didn't help with CGI rats and stuff. Then about this facility, of course, this abandoned building, of course, dead bodies everywhere. And then some of the characters start to get killed off, the gang members, the biker gang, and they start getting killed off. So they have to survive in this building, of course. There is moments in the film you kind of think you could have saved that guy's life, but they just decide not to. There's one part with his character that's cool, right? There's not many rats running, man. It's got like a fire. It's got like a thing on fire, right? It's got this like. It's kind of like its flamethrower, but it goes out. It like loses its finger. So he decides. Anyway, so one of the characters gets like split with the other. They're out upstairs, and he's kind of like trying to save them. And I don't think there's not like one or two rats down there. He could have saved his life. There's moments of like, that typicalness of one of these type of movies. I mean, it's kind of the film has some daft moments in it, but that scene was quite. It does have some creepy ass, quite nasty moments in it where like, there's one part when one of the characters gets killed. You think he's dead, right? And then the same character who gets killed, but then they have to go and try finding him, of course. Then it turns out he's dead, but then it's like there's no these rats come out of his body. It's like creeper. There's also creepy ass moments in this. Quite, one character opens their mouth and it's like this rat comes out. It's just creepy. It's just creepy as heck. But I did enjoy that. I thought there's some quite inventive death scenes. So I really enjoyed it. There was a funny part of this. It does have funny moments in the film. I was still quite funny. The part is they're all like. They're in these like beds right and all that. The next bit, he always is grunting and two people having sex. The next one, they're having sex right there in the finger. And of course, the zipper gets stuck, and that scene made me laugh. It was a funny scene. It really made me. But then it kind of comes back to haunt the girl in it later on in the film. I was sitting there going, God damn. Well, that scene was actually pretty funny. I thought it made me laugh. It was like kind of awkward. You think, how can you be sitting there just laying there, just having sex with your girlfriend while they're all, in the same room? It's quite weird. That scene was quite funny, but I did feel that scene was very funny. Made me laugh. And like I said, certain characters do start to get killed off in this quite nasty fashion. Of course, these rats are quite nasty. There is parts where they're not the humans, but then there's just something happens. We hear this weird sound, and they start attacking again. It's like, and of course, it doesn't really leave many survivors at the end of the film. The twist is quite an interesting little twist in it. Quite an interesting twist. I was thinking about that actually when I was back to, when they're wearing these like, yellow suits and stuff, protection and stuff. I thought to myself, I wonder what they look like under there. I wonder. It's kind of creepy. It's kind of weird and creepy. Thinking about it now. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Especially the last bit was like these people with suits and stuff, and they got these yellow suits, and you think to yourself, oh, interesting. Interesting, then you find out who they are. And it's like, Jesus Christ. I really enjoyed this movie. It's definitely one of the movies. I've had this on Blu-ray for quite a long time now. I can't remember when I bought it, a year ago, 2 years ago, I can't remember. But yeah, I have to watch my updates again to see when I bought it. So, really a smart move to have an update. So yeah. The film's quite violent. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a bit fun, especially these people in the suits. And I thought it was a fun movie actually. I was thinking, I enjoy this movie. It's action packed. It's got some quite nasty deaths in it. It's got some quite creepy ass moments in it. You think, oh, it's quite creepy. So yeah, it's really quite a good film. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie. Okay, what I didn't like about it. I can't think of anything I disliked about it because I really did enjoy it. The film was just. I can't think of anything I disliked about it. Okay, what I liked about it, I thought some of the characters were pretty. I like the characters in it. Especially one character, the main leader, who looked a bit like one of the Bee Gees. He did look like one of the Bee Gees, beard and everything. And of course, he's kind of a bit of a, you can tell he's a leader straight away, the way he just kind of commands his biker gang from Mars. And so, you remember that show called Biker Mice from Mars? Biker Rats from Mars, so yeah, whatever. So yeah, I was thinking, this guy's definitely the leader. He looks like a BG, and he looks a bit like a big boss, and but then he starts to kind of like get disrespected by one of the gang members, like because he thinks you're useless and stuff. You're gonna get your team members killed. Of course, then he's a bit of an idiot. This guy's a bit of a not really a nice guy. Yeah, you do mean the old character is always a bad apple in the group. So yeah, I liked his character. I thought he was really good. I thought he was a good leader in the group. The film has unexpected deaths, so I was like, oh okay. So yeah, I thought the action scenes were good. So yeah. Some death scenes good, the explosion, unexpected scenes, I was sitting going, that was pretty good, that was. So yeah, the good death scenes too. Quite inventive. So yeah, anyway, the rating I'm going to give this film is a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. So, my first review this year, so hopefully I can upload this clip, because sometimes I do review and I'll just take my time with it. So yeah. Anyway people, so 4 out of 5 for Rats Night of Terror, 4 out of 5, really enjoyed it, so yeah. Very good indeed. So anyway people, I'm going to go off now people. Remember to subscribe to Retribution Prime, down here somewhere. I'm always pointing to the wrong way when I put my thing up, so it's either down here or down here. So remember to subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day, have a nice week, and take care, look at yourself, and of course, if you see any rats that want to kill yourself, just send in the rat busters, whatever. So people, I'm going to go off now. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day, have a nice week, take care, look at yourself, and enjoy the review. Thank you very much.